Hello and welcome to another Chris McPherson Show live watch along. It's the final four of the EuroLeague basketball, and it's all on the line for Valencia up against Real Madrid. Two Spanish rivals going head to head here. We're looking forward to seeing how it all shapes up. The offensive powerhouse that is Valencia up against the defensive power that is Real Madrid. These two sides are fighting out for a spot in the final in a couple of days' time against Olympiacos after Olympiacos disposed of Fenerbahce this morning 79-61. So let's run through the starting five for the two sides. For Valencia, it is Branco Barrio, Cameron Taylor, Nathan Ruvers, Jaime Pradilla, and Jean Montero will be the starting five. For Real Madrid, Alberto Balde, Facundo Campazzo, Chuma Okeke, Mario Hezonja, and Usman Garuba, the starting five. And we are all but set here. And we're underway. Final four action in Athens. Valencia and Real Madrid. Valencia with possession first. They kick it back. Montero, the danger man for mine. Now Bardio was huge in their Game 5 win over Panathinaikos. Bardio can't get the shot to go though. They turn it over. Campazzo now goes down court. Working it in. Hezonja can't get it to go but draws the foul. Mario Hezonja will go to the line for the first points here for Real Madrid. Early foul on Branco Barrio. Hezonja misses the first. Second free throw here. Doesn't get it either, and rebound is taken by Pradilla. So still no score. 40 seconds gone. Carving their way through for Valencia. They can't get it done. They get the rebound though through Taylor. 3-point shot goes up. Doesn't land. Usman Garuba with the rebound. They push down their right edge. They think about the 3-point shot immediately through Abalde. Side better of it. Campazzo slides across. Tries to drop the three on the 45-degree angle on the left. It doesn't go either. Valencia with a rebound. Pradilla working his way in the paint, trying to turn around against his man. Good defense. He gets it over the top though. Wasn't pretty, but it counts. First bucket of the game after just over a minute and 10 seconds. Valencia lead. Now working it back, 3-point shot goes up and is drained on the right-hand side. This time it is Abato Abalde getting the three for Real Madrid. 3-pointer response. Branco Barrio can't get it to go. Usman Garuda pops it down. Oh, long pass doesn't quite work out. It's fumbled by Bardio, but they get it back to Real Madrid. Okay. Campazzo 3-point shot and back-to-back 3-pointers. This time it's Hezonja for Real Madrid. Well, hey Murray, good to have you with us. Oh, they're off to a good start, mate. They're off to a good start, Real Madrid. Ball inside here. Pradilla. Little turn, no look, doesn't go. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it back. Taylor for three. Almost wedges the ball. Doesn't happen. Hezonja with the rebound. Hezonja now working the ball into the edge of the lane. Draws the foul. There might be a second foul early here for Bardio. So Branco Bardio with 2 early fouls. So he'll go and sit down on the bench. Darius Thompson checks in. Now, Abalde. Hezonja. Hezonja gets into the lane, gets up, gets the floater and hits it. No context prediction is Valencia need to start a lot better than they have been if they want to get into this. Real Madrid are the better side in terms of recent form. But neutral court makes it interesting. I'd be slightly leaning Real Madrid, but not with a lot of confidence. There's some good work in the paint there from Cam Taylor. Gets 2 for Valencia. So hard because it's a one-off game, all on the line. It's not your best of 5 series sort of situations like you'll see in a lot of other basketball competitions. As Abalde goes in, drives to the hoop, takes another 2. He's up to 5 points already. Montero pushes wide. Taylor drives into the lane, floats it up, gets another 2. Simple stuff from Valencia, keeping themselves in the contest. 6 minutes and 15 remaining in this first quarter. I think it's going to be a roller coaster ride for you today, Murray, if these playoffs have shown us anything. Kicked wide, open 3, and drained. Beautiful shot there from Hezonja for Real Madrid. Three-pointer back the other way. Montero airballs it. Now another three-pointer goes up. This time no good from Real Madrid. Campazzo. Working around now Valencia. Cam Taylor. Kicks back. Ruvers. Thompson. Ball back into Ruvers, and he rolls the finger roll under the post. Gets it back to a 5-point margin. I think the fact Bardio's in early foul trouble too is a big blow. 2 points can't get done there by Hezonja. Gets a rush shot up with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Now Cam Taylor at the other end for Valencia. Cam Taylor draws the foul. Foul given by Abalde. Just over 5 gone in this first quarter. And I think we might have a timeout here. Certainly do. 13 points to 8. Real Madrid leading Valencia. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Get involved in those comments exactly like Murray's done. Real Madrid know their way to taking these titles. Sergio Llull, a campaigner who's been here and done it before, coming off the bench for them. He's the highest scorer in all-time Final Four history, 20 Final Four matches. In the Final Four, 11 seasons. Trey Lyles checks in for Real Madrid. As does Gabriel Deck. So Garuda checking out, Okeke checking out as well. Sergio De La Ria checks in for Valencia. Cam Taylor with the ball. Ball floated over the top. Nice little simple alley-oop for Neil Sarko, who's also come on after that timeout. Gets it back to a 3-point margin. .4:45 to go in the first half. Campazzo brings the ball down court. Little return pass from Lyles. Campazzo fighting hard, draws the foul from Thompson. Just getting a little too heavy with his press there, Darius Thompson. Campazzo now with the ball. 4:30 on the clock. He tries to fire the pass through and it misses everyone. New fan with it. The players look out for. Look, there's plenty of them. Branco Bardio is one that really impresses me. Cam Taylor on the ball at the moment for Valencia. They kick back and Braxton Key. I think in terms of game changes, Branco Bardio and Jean Montero are probably the two most lively and consistently dangerous for Valencia. For Real Madrid, they've got quite a few. I haven't watched as much of their playoff run in full detail as they fail to score there, and Neil Sarko gets the ball back. But Campazzo is a hot hand when he gets going as Cam Taylor goes in underneath. What about that for a move? Slicing into the post. Gets the bucket done. 15-13 now. 9-0 run here for Valencia. There we go. That gets it back. Gabriel Deck for Real Madrid. But yeah, certainly Campazzo. I like Tavares when he comes off the bench as well for Real Madrid. As we're going to have a foul here against, I think it's Cezonia. Trey Lyles was a player that was taken at 12th in the 2015 NBA draft by Utah. Theo Maladon joins the contest. He comes on. He'll replace Alberto Abalde. Key. Cam Taylor. Key ends up on the boards. Taylor, little step back fade away. Gives Valencia the lead, 17-15. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Beautiful work into the paint, floating it up, trying to get the rebound. They're fighting hard for it. It's Anders Feliz for Real Madrid. He's got the last touch and it goes out of bounds after the missed bucket for Maladon. Now, Valencia working it into the paint. They get it bouncing through. Sarko gets it done. 2 more points. 19-17. Now Maladon. Working it around for Real Madrid on the left edge. Bounce pass wider left for Lyles. Lyles spins, takes it over the top of 2. Little fumble in underneath, but we're going to have a foul called on Cam Taylor. A few early fouls from Valencia. A couple of players checking out here for Valencia. We'll see who decides to check in. First free throw is good. From Gabriel Deck. And the second is good as well. All tied up at 19s, 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. De La Ria pulls back for three and hits it. That is a nice shot for Valencia. Sergio De La Ria. What about that? Sarko just walks his way through, trying to push the defense hard. 22-21, Maladon gets a bucket. Now De La Ria back on the ball. Pushes it wide, quick ball movement for Key. Little couple of fakes. Gets up and gets the little friendly roll. 24-21, a minute 30 remaining in this first quarter. Great to have you all tuning in. Great to have you getting involved in those comments, Murray. Let's get some others getting engaged in there. Make sure you hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. Maladon doing all the work here for Real Madrid, slicing his way across. Lyles pulls up for a three, doesn't go. Braxton Key with a rebound. Gets down the left-hand edge. De La Ria's there, mid-range jumper, doesn't drop. Crashing through, taking the rebound. Was Anders Feliz. He gets it in for Maladon. Maladon is a little aggressive in terms of drawing the foul on the way he sold it. I think we've got the foul there on Montero. .102 on the clock. 3-point ball game. Theo Maladon at the line for Valencia. They're in the bonus. Real Madrid, they're in the bonus, sorry. EuroLeague Final Four. Gets one. 24-22. Gets the second as well. 1-point ball game. 24-23. 1:01 on the clock. Mari Moore's out there now. Pushed it in for Braxton Key. Little fumble for Key. Has to push it back out to Cam Taylor. Drives his way into the lane. Floats it up. Gets fouled. Doesn't hit the bucket though. 46 seconds on the clock. Cam Taylor will go to the line. No, might be called a shooting foul. It was in the lead up, so it's inbound. Braxton Key. All over him, putting the pressure on, but he hits the bucket. No mistake. 26-23. 30 seconds remain in the first quarter. Anders Feliz. Pushes it across now to Deck. Deck drops it back. Maladon. Deck with a little spin move against Cam Taylor. Into the lane. Kicks it wide. Lyles for three. And he hits it. All tied up. 26s now. 12 seconds remaining. This should be the last possession here of the first quarter for Valencia. Came back from an early deficit. Get hold of this. Braxton Key floating it in. Gets another two. 28-26. Trey Lyles with a three-quarter court shot. Doesn't go. So a 2-point lead at the break to Valencia. 26-28. Plenty of points on the line in this first quarter. So for Real Madrid, they're 9 from 17 shooting, so just over 50%, including 4 from 7 shooting from three-point range. For Valencia, 13 from 21, again, well over 50%, but their accuracy coming from two-point range, 11 from 15 from two-point range. Leading scorers for Real Madrid, Hezonja has 8 points, 2 rebounds and an assist. Deck 6 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Abalde 5 points, 1 rebound. And then on the other side, also on we've got 9 points, Braxton Key. 9 points on 3 from 3 shooting. 1 rebound for Key as well. 8 points, Cam Taylor. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And then we're back to 4 points for Neil Sarko. 1 rebound to go with that. Pradilla has 3 rebounds, leading the rebound count. And De La Rio with 2 assists leads the assists for them. In terms of rebounds and assists, no huge standouts. Campazzo, 2 assists for Real Madrid would be the best of that. Interestingly enough, very low on turnovers. None from Valencia, just 1 from Real Madrid. High shooting accuracy, big scoring in total. Certainly interesting times. Can they maintain this shooting record? That's going to be the question. All but set for the second quarter here. And we are underway. Real Madrid with the ball. Maladon, Lyles. Pushes it into the lane. Can't get it to drop though. It's Garuda with the shot. Valencia here. Pradilla. Cam Taylor. Taylor just calling instructions. Running that point. Drives into the lane. Pulls up. Can't get it to drop though. Rebound taken by Gabriel Deck. Push down. Lyles pulls up for a 3-point shot from the right wing and nails it. What about that from Lyles? Gets his team back into the lead. 45 seconds gone in the second quarter. Three-point shot back the other way. Doesn't work for Pradilla. They do get the rebound though. Montero fakes. Steps up for a second 3. Doesn't get it to go. Body's in contact. Lyles gets it away for Anders Feliz, who carves his way into the lane. Missed opportunity. Little fingertip on it though from Valencia. Mr. JR. Morning. How are you? You're up early or still up late? Lyles with a 2. I don't mind at 4 a.m. 3-point shot response from Pradilla. All tied up at 31s, 8:25. Not normally on a weekend though, JR. Now Maladon on the ball for Real Madrid. Drives into the lane, floats it up. Doesn't quite hit. Gets his own rebound though. Gabriel Deck drives his way into the bucket. There's another 2. Real Madrid back in the lead. Almost 2 minutes gone in this second term. Valencia now pull up. Thinking about a 3 from Pradilla. They kick it back to Montero instead. He hits it. Drains the 3. That is a nice shot from Jean Montero. And that is why the man from the Dominican Republic is so clutch. Under pressure. Defender coming in at him hot. And he just drains that. Straight down the barrel. Top of the 3-point arc. Gives his side back the lead. 34-33. Gets the and 1 as well with a clip from Garuda. 7:55 on the clock. Montero no doubt, on the free throw. 2-point lead. Ball inbounded to Lyles. Lyles now Maladon. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel if you haven't already. Helps us to build that platform. The more platform we can build, the more content we can bring you in these live watch-alongs and our daily doses. Lyles working his way into the lane. Somehow, ball spills out, falls for Anders Feliz, and he just steps up and drains a three. That is the best bit of good fortune over good management if you do see it. Straight down the other end. Montero runs into a block and leaves it behind. Now Feliz going back-to-back threes and hits again. Anders Feliz. Real Madrid lead by 4. 39-35, 7:07 on the clock. Real Madrid absolutely lighting it up from three-point range now. Valencia push back. Montero leaves it short. Rebound taken by Neil Sarko, and he's drawn a foul here. Four from 6 from three-point range for Real Madrid. Apologies, 7 from 10 from three-point range. 4 from 6 from the free throw. 70% from 10 shots. 7 from 15 from two-point range, though. Look at the other side. 11 from 18 from two-point range from Valencia. A little bit of debate and discussion amongst some referees. All batted off Hazonia. It's the inbound pass, and they're going to say, no, the last touch did come off Valencia. I thought it came off Hazonia. He argued his case and argued it well. Real Madrid now with the ball with Anders Feliz. Feliz kicks it wide. Maladon, quick hands, three-point shot, doesn't go. Rebound is batted up. Now Pradea at the other end. Just a little offline to the left. Bodies collide. Hazonia ends up on the deck. Anders Feliz. He's been called for a backcourt violation. He looked very casual. He thought it had been touched. With 6:22 on the clock. Oh, we're going to have a coach's challenge here. We are going to have a coach's challenge. So 39-35. Anders Feliz is bringing it down court here. And then he's lost control of it. And they're trying to argue, Real Madrid, that it was touched by Valencia and pushed back over the half court. And that's what will be the crux of this. Was it that, or was it just a fumble? Big thing to use the coach's challenge on straight away. There was no hesitation from Sergio Scariolo, sorry. And yeah, you can see it there. Just batted back. There's a hand in there from, I think it's Neil Sarko. Go down to the super slow-mo here. 6:22 on the clock, 4-point margin. And a coach's challenge here for backcourt violation. Real Madrid calling the coach's challenge. It looks to me like Neil Sarko's got a hand on it for Valencia, and so this challenge should be successful. But I do not have a high strike rate of these things, unfortunately. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Get involved in the comments too. Good to have a few of you already involved in the comments early doors. Let us know whereabouts in the world you're tuning in from as well. Challenge goes on. It looks reasonably straightforward to me, but I'm not quite sure what the nuances they're looking at are. Not sure how many more replays are going to help at this point. No, the backcourt violation stands. All right, there you go. And another one to the Chris got it wrong column. So it will be Valencia ball. Not inbound it from the sideline near halfway. De La Ria under pressure here. They move it around. Costello. Branco Bardio out there. Floats it up with not long on the shot clock. Can't get it done. Real Madrid with the rebound. Anders Feliz. Feliz working. Drives straight through the middle of the lane. Little handoff underneath. And they get it done. 2 points through Usman Garuba. They stretch that lead out to 6 with 5:45 on the clock. 3-point shot from Branco Bardio doesn't go. Batted down by Garuba, who's clattered into. And Maladon brings it across over half court. Steps to the outside. They kick it wide. Pops up for the 3. And what about that? That is beautiful shooting. Chuma Okeke gives his team a 9-point lead. Hustling, double teaming Usman Garuba in the paint. It left him open, Okeke on the right wing, and he drains a 3-pointer. And that'll be a timeout now for Valencia. Real Madrid this quarter, 18-7 run. 44-35, they lead this one. Let's take a look at the numbers. They're sharing the points around. Trey Lyles, Mario Hezonja, Gabriel Deck, all on 8 points. Assists starting to stack up to 11 assists for Real Madrid as a unit. They also lead the rebound 17-13. 16 from 28 shooting overall versus 15 from 32. About 46 or so % shooting overall for Valencia. Closer to 56 for Real Madrid. Eight from 12 from 3-point range is fairly wild at this point, almost midway through a second quarter. But Valencia back out there now with the ball. De La Ria, a little fumble, does well, but gets called for a travel under pressure. The young span, yeah, just couldn't handle that pressure there. Lul checks in. The most experienced man in Final Four history in the EuroLeague. And he hands it off. Campazzo. Back to Lul. Lul to Campazzo again. Campazzo working around, pops up a floating 3-pointer and hits it. They are absolutely running hot from outside. Lead by 12 here. Braxton Key drives into the paint and dunks it home. That's an emphatic response from Valencia, but they need a couple more of them. They need to get some stops as well. Campazzo just works his way through the lane. Hey, Emma, depends where you're based, but I watch it on the EuroLeague site. You do need to subscribe to be able to watch it on there. Outside of that, I'm not too sure. The EuroLeague basketball site, you can watch it with a subscription. 47-37 here. Four minutes and 36 seconds remaining. Campazzo at the line. Hits his first. And gets his second as well. 12-point lead. Bardio, Taylor, Ruvers, Key, and Montero out there trying to do the job for Valencia. Branco Bardio now. Draws a reaching foul. Gets that from Sergio Lul, the veteran. Don't forget, if you hit subscribe and hit that bell icon, you get notifications each and every time we drop a live video as Branco Bardio goes in for a nice carved 2 points. And we will be back for the EuroLeague final in 2 days' time. The winner of this game will take on Olympiacos. Kunde Campazzo fakes for three. No look flick, and Lyles slams it home. They're putting on some theatre here, Real Madrid, in this all-Spanish semi-final clash. 3:45 on the clock. They send it in. Montero in now for Nathan Ruvers, who takes it home to the hoop. Dunks are coming thick and fast. Campazzo drives this down court. Finds an open lane. Oh, fires it out wide. It gets deflected, and then an air ball for three from Okeke. And at the other end, the foul is given to avoid a free shot. I think it's Okeke returning down. We're going to have a timeout here. Valencia take another one. On the back of that foul, and try and work out a way to stem the bleeding here. They led by 2 at quarter time. They now all of a sudden trail by 10 late in this quarter. Their coach Pedro Martinez trying to find a way to get his message across to his troops. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Love it if you hit subscribe on the channel as well. Help us to keep growing our platform. The more we grow our platform, the more content we can bring you. Come out of the timeout now. I think it'll be Ruvers at the free throw line, the Hungarian. Really animated conversation between Facundo Campazzo and one of the officials. Three minutes 20 on the clock. Nathan Ruvers at the free throw line for Valencia. Gets his first one. 9-point deficit. Lines up for his second now. Speaking of fouls, Gabriel Deck for Real Madrid and Branco Bardio for Valencia, the only players with more than one. Ruvers hits his second. So now Campazzo brings it down court, takes it over halfway for Real Madrid, drives his way into the lane, kicks it out, pulled back, top of the three-point arc. Lyles hits another three. Yeah, absolutely electric from outside the arc today. Real Madrid. Straight down the other end and just working his way through the lane is John Montero for 2. Campazzo just settles the tempo, slows things down as he brings it across half court. Lyles with the screen. Campazzo for 3, just on a one-step lineup. Doesn't even need to get settled and drains it. Team leads by 12 again with 2:35 on the clock in this half. Ruvers into the paint, floats it up, banks it in off the glass. That's nice work, Nathan Ruvers. 10-point margin. Campazzo brings it down over halfway, 2:22 on the clock. A bit of contact there. Referee says play on. We move forward. What about that? Hazonia just coming in, just finger rolling it up underneath the shovel hand, underhanded shot. Now Montero. They try and double team him. They break off the double team quickly. Running a zone defense, trying to close it out. Key gets into the lane, gets up and gets down for 2. 59-49. 1:45 remains as they come across halfway here, Real Madrid. Hazonia. Bounce pass away for Sergio Llull. Gives it off now. Balde. Now back to Campazzo. Campazzo draws 2 defenders, draws 3 defenders. And they take it off him. And Campazzo comes in and closes the space, and he's going to get called for a foul. Just set himself a little bit late as John Montero tried to cut away after he took away the pass. Didn't quite get his right foot set, and so it will be a foul, nice and easy. Minute 32 on the clock till half time. Great to have you all tuning in. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, like what country are you based in while you're tuning in, and who are you barracking for? Who do you want to see win this? Valencia now in the bonus, so down the other end goes Montero. He gets the first. And hits his second as well, Montero. 8-point ball game here as we head towards half time. This is the highest ever scoring first half in a EuroLeague semi-final. Ball kicked out for Llull. Fires up for 3. Doesn't quite go. Lyles gets the rebound though. Campazzo. No look behind the back bounce pass to Lyles. Gets it back to Campazzo. And then the reaching foul given by Sarko. 1:09 on the clock. 14 on the shot clock here. So Campazzo inbound to Sergio Llull. Returns it back to Facundo Campazzo deep in the half. Fires it to Trey Lyles, who puts up a 3 on a one-step turn. Doesn't get it to go, though. Inside the final minute of the first half here. Just a reminder, the winner of this will play in 2 days' time against Olympiacos as Montero tries to put up a 3. Cam Taylor gets the rebound. 47 seconds on the game clock. 10 on the shot clock. They get into the lane. Easily done for Sarko. Gets 2 points, cuts it back to 6 points the margin. They're coming home with a wet sail in this second quarter. Slow start to it, that is certain, Valencia. But they're carving it back here. Campazzo fakes the 3, gives it in. Zonia, and he's been fouled. He'll get the and 1. Foul will be called on Braxton Key. They lead by 8. Zonia will have a free throw here. 28.8 seconds on the clock. There may be enough time for both sides to have one final possession in this half. Sergio Llull checks out. And as Feliz checks back in. Zonia hits the free throw. 9-point ball game. So coming in is Okeke. He'll replace Zonia. So ball inbounded now by Valencia. Jean Montero with it. Working with Neil Sarko. Sarko just talking to his teammates, just telling them to slow things down. They don't want to hand the ball over with too much time on the clock to their opponents here. 10 seconds on the game clock, 4 on the shot clock. Montero pulls up for a 3 and banks in off the rim, off the glass, and drops. That's a good result for them. And I think Olympiacos, Real Madrid will call a timeout. Olympiacos, of course, will be who the winner of this will face in the final in 2 days' time. Certainly good to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Get involved in those comments. Well, timeout continues here. Not long left on the clock. 5.3 seconds that Real Madrid will have. But Montero's almost single-handedly dragged Valencia back into this game with his second quarter of 11 points. Braxton Key, leading scorer for Valencia with 13 at the moment. The Real Madrid, 5.3 seconds. They're not going to advance the ball. Now, Valencia have called a timeout. Interesting choice. 6-point ball game. 5 seconds on the clock till half time. Real Madrid have a timeout. They come out of the timeout and Valencia call a timeout. It's into the busy time of year for basketball season. Obviously, plenty happening. The NBA playoffs on as well. San Antonio and Oklahoma later this morning, Australian time. All locked up at 1-1. Going to game 3. I think the Eastern Conference with the Knicks leading 2-0. I'll be around tomorrow. Here we go. Back in play. Not quite sure what's happened here. So it just got underway and it looks like they're going to bring it back and restart the play. So now Madrid inbound. Campazzo driving. Pulls up for a 3-point shot. Doesn't get it. So at half time, it is 62-56 for Real Madrid. They lead by 6 points after trailing by 2 at quarter time. They led by 12 at one point there in that second quarter. In terms of Real Madrid scoring, they're equal leaders. Trey Lyles with 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Also, Mario Hezonja, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. We then look back and we go to Facundo Campazzo, 8 points, 4 assists. And Gabriel Deck, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Their overall leaders for rebounds, Usman Garuba with 3, and Maladon as well. Theo Maladon with 3. Assists, we've got a plethora of players with 2, but Campazzo leading the way with 4. On the other side for Valencia, the leading scorer, Braxton Key, also on 13 points. He's got 2 rebounds and 1 assist. John Montero, 11 points, 5 assists, and the only steal so far of the game. We're then moving our way back, and we go back to Cam Taylor on 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and Nathan Ruvers, 8 points, no rebounds, no assists. So no other stats to go with that one. But it is Real Madrid leading at halftime, but this game well in the balance, a 6-point margin in favour of Real Madrid. The winner of this will take on Olympiacos in 2 days' time in the playoff final. Absolutely enthralling. We'll be back in about 8 to 10 minutes with the second half of this EuroLeague semi-final. In the Final Four, it is Real Madrid 62 leading Valencia 56. Welcome back for the second half here. The Final Four action. Valencia up against Real Madrid. Valencia trailing by 6 with some work to do. Far from an unconquerable deficit, that is for certain. But can one of these two sides grab this by the scruff of the neck in this third quarter? That will be the question. Will be Real Madrid to start with the ball. And we are underway here. Facundo Campuzzo will bring it down court, as he's done for most of this game so far. They're led by as much as 12 in that second quarter, Real Madrid, as Zonia works his way in. Nice little spin move in the post and gets 2 points. Quick ball movement here. Braxton Key works his way into the lane, just gets up underneath, can't get it to go. It was a fairly open and simple shot that you'd back him to take more often than not. Just doesn't quite get the angles right. And Campuzzo brings it down the other end. Hessonia. Campuzzo. They get fighting for the ball. They get their own rebound back. Usman Garuda pops it out. They can't get the shot to stay. Keke was good there, but not good enough. Cam Taylor, open three, left wing. There we go. First bucket for Valencia this quarter. Campazzo. Zonia. Under pressure, drives in, goes into the lane, gets 2. Just banks it in off the glass. All of a sudden, they're back to a 7-point lead. Scrappy, they get the stop over Real Madrid. Straight down the other end, kicked out. 3-point shot. Doesn't drop this time. Abalde couldn't get it to hit. And at the other end, Montero misses one. Usman Garuda reefs it out of the hands of Braxton Key. And working around now, Real Madrid. They kick it wide. 3-point shot goes up, doesn't go. Another 3-point miss for Abalde. Maybe that magic touch is starting to desert Real Madrid just a slight amount. Cam Taylor looking for an avenue. Gets called for a travel though. 2 minutes and 10 seconds gone in the third term. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. It's how we continue to grow this platform. Really appreciate it if you can. Hit that bell icon just underneath the title as well. That will allow you to keep up to date with all of the live watch-alongs we're doing, as well as all the other content, including letting you know when we next go live, which for the basketball will be the EuroLeague Final in 2 days' time. Zonia spinning his way, tipped home. That's nice work. Okeke gets a little tip. They get their lead out to 9 here. Valencia looking for a response. Cam Taylor's the man trying to work it. Now, Branco Barrio pulls up for a 3. Airballs it though. Couldn't get enough angle on the shot with pressure on him. So Mario Zonia comes away with it. Tries to go on a drive. Cam Taylor gets in the way but wasn't set. Zonia's been a handful. Braxton Key checks out. Zonia will inbound this for Real Madrid. Gives it on Keke. Now Garuda. Work it around Campazzo. Drives his way into the lane. Kicks it out. Okeke open 3. Gets the feet set. Doesn't get it to go. It's swatted back though by Garuda. Campazzo somehow dribbles between 2 and looks for a no-look pass, which doesn't work out. The defensive work there from Okeke, not quite perfectly executed and does give a foul. I thought he managed to execute a steal. For just a split second there. He got his hand to it, but then hooked the arm. That was the challenge. Garuba was away. So now, Jean Montero for Brunkle Bardio. Bardio just open lane, works his way through, pops it in off the rim. 2 points, Valencia. It's fairly helter-skelter at the moment. Not a whole lot of structure from both sides. Campazzo with a fumble. Doesn't have to get a fingertip to it just to parry it back for Okeke. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Campazzo. Shovel passed it out wide. Now the ball bounced in. Azonia in the paint. Basket waved away, but he's drawn a foul, I think, here. Just trying to see who the foul's been called on. First free throw is good. Hey, Chris. Good to have another Chris on. Watching from Birmingham in the UK. There you go. Zonia gets a second. Thanks for getting involved in the comments. Always good to have multiple people getting involved in those comments. Three-point shot goes up and is drained. What about that? That's better from Thompson. Valencia get 3 back. That chips away at the lead a little. And it got out to a 9-point lead there for a moment. Campazzo. Little crossover. The Garuba the screen. Campazzo rolls in. Can't quite get it to go. Garuba bats it back though. Good work. Defensive glass. Azonia here. Pops it back. Garuba. Azonia. Tries to go to 3. Doesn't work out for him. The hustle and grind comes Valencia's way. And now 3-point shot from half court as he's getting fouled. Jean Montero. Something I don't love when this happens. They realise that the opposition player is going to foul them, so then they shape to turn it into a shot after the fact. But I suppose if it eliminates fouls, especially cynical ones, then it'll turn the tide a little bit. Referee's just working through something here. Let's go have a look and see whether it was. Well, they're going back to a basket from a few minutes ago. So that's a Valencia bucket earlier on in this quarter. Now they're going to have a look at whether or not it was a shooting foul. So they're just going back to confirm a 3-pointer from earlier on. It was a little bizarre, but anyway, it works. 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in this third quarter as we sit here in this official review. They're just confirming whether or not it'll be a shooting foul or not. Literally on half court here, Jean Montero. Referee's just working through it here. Foul in the act of shooting, just reviewing whether it was actually in the act of shooting. I almost don't dare to hazard a guess. I'm having such a shocking run the last couple of games. Looks like the foul to me is on the run, but then he's gone into the act of shooting as soon as he's seen it coming. I can wear this going either way. Honestly, you just want to see the game move on. Referee just issuing a running caution to someone who's trying to give him some feedback on his over his shoulder here. 5 minutes and 14 remaining in the third quarter. Official review here. Jean Montero from Valencia has been fouled by Alberto Abalde. That bit we know. Just about whether or not it was in the act of shooting. And was he taking a long-range three from half court? Because that's the difference between an inbound ball and 3 free throws. With a 6-point margin, 3 free throws right now could be monster. Not shooting. That's the decision. And I happen to be leaning in favour of that. So I could see it going either way, but I'm happy with that result. I think that's good basketball, not rewarding people trying to push up a shot a split second after they get fouled, or as soon as they feel like they're getting fouled, just trying to fire off a shot to get free throws. 70-64, Real Madrid lead. Valencia ball inbound in the offensive half. It will be Jean Montero, the man from the Dominican Republic, getting it inbound. Ruvers now. The Hungarian gives it to Thompson, the American, who plays for Italy. That's the sort of multinational competition we're talking about here. Floated over the top. Ruvers going to work. That's Pradilla, sorry, not Ruvers. Pradilla going to work. Gets the 2 with 2 seconds on the shot clock remaining. 4-point ball game. Campazzo. Gives it to Okeke. And Hezonja just drains a 3 from way downtown. Mario Hezonja. Straight back down the other end is Montero, but he seems to be hobbling after that, so that's something to watch. He's up to 13 points. Campazzo fires it wide. Okeke. Back to Hezonja. We've got a foul called. And also going into a timeout. 73-68. Valencia using a chance to reset here. Montero getting a quick look over from the physio. Let's take a look back at those shooting numbers now. So for Real Madrid, they are 26 from 50 overall, 52%. The 3-point range is certainly trimmed back to 48%, 56% from the 2-point range. The other side, for Valencia, they are 28 from 49. They've actually uplifted their shooting. Their 2-point shooting is going quite well. 68% from 2-point range, but 39% from 3-point range, which is not horrific, but obviously not quite matching that of Real Madrid. But when you remember, Real Madrid was 7 from 10 early on from 3-point range, now 12 from 25, which means they've been 5 from 15 on their last 15 shots, which is just 33%, which is much more close to the norm. So it's going to be inbound ball now for Real Madrid. 4 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock. It'll be Hezonja to inbound it. Gets it in now. quickly moved across to Lyles. Back to Campazzo. Campazzo drives into the lane, kicks it back. Hazonia, Lyles, shapes for the three, fakes the three, kicks it out wide. Three-pointer doesn't go. The rebound is taken, though. Abalde. Back to Lyles, who goes for three again. Another miss. They get the second rebound. They draw the foul. Count the basket, and one for Gabriel Deck. And Pedro Martinez is looking frustrated here. His team's now fallen behind by 7. Given up a bunch of rebounds there. Real Madrid leading the rebound count 27-20. 12 offensive rebounds, though. That is the big key. Versus 14 defensive rebounds for Valencia. Shouldn't be 50-50 ball in that situation. Gabriel Deck up for a free throw. Doesn't get it to go. They do come away with it through Padilla. That's Valencia. Valencia now working down court. Moving it around. De La Ria is out there as well. Padilla. Pushed back now to Thompson. Darius Thompson. Working in the lane. Little spin just inside the corner of the lane. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken. Hazonia. Gets it away quickly to Feliz. Feliz runs past 2. Pushes back now to Maladon. Maladon carves his way through. Just gets to the outside of his man. And gets the bucket to drop. 9-point lead. Again, this mid-period of the quarter is where Real Madrid really put the blowtorch on. 3 minutes remaining. Shot blocked. But they're going to say a foul on Maladon. De La Ria to inbound it now for Valencia. Sarko checks back in. Darius Thompson. A little return pass from Padilla. Tries to push the pass. Lyles gets a hand in, but lands for Padilla anyway. 4 on the shot clock. Padilla's going to have to get something away here. Just uses his form. Pushes away from defender. Gets a turn in and gets the 2. Gets himself up to 9 points per down. 77-70. Lyles under pressure here. 2 players double teaming him. Sarko and Padilla working him over. Hazonia now from way downtown. That would have been a huge 3. Doesn't get it done though. Kick it out. 3-point response. Thompson held the pose. Didn't work for him though. Lyles gets the rebound. And they quickly go for the quick break with Feliz. Anders Feliz. They can't get it to go. Batted down. Ball goes to Feliz again. He gets his own rebound, and then they kick it back, and a 3-point shot ensues from Maladon. Everyone was clustered in the paint, and all of a sudden they lead by 10. 1:50 on the clock here. Braxton Key going to work against Hazonia. Kicks it out. Thompson wasn't settled. Doesn't get the 3 to go. And away goes Anders Feliz. Quick break here. Gabriel Deck can't get it to go. Last touch out of bounds. No, we're going to have a foul. Gabriel Deck will, I would suggest, go to the free throw line for 2 free throws here with 1:39 on the clock. Certainly good to have you all watching. If you haven't already, please hit like on the video. It helps us to continue to grow with the algorithm, which means that more people can see our content. More people see our content, the more people we can engage with, the more we can do. Simple as that. We love doing it. So if you could do us a small favour of hitting like on the video. If you're enjoying the content, hit subscribe on the channel and get involved in those comments. Let us know, a bit like Chris did earlier, where you're watching from. Let us know what your questions are. It was great to have Murray coming in before, starting to find his way into the EuroLeague. And we will certainly have the wrap-up of the EuroLeague on Sunday night European time, Monday morning Australian time. And then we'll be looking ahead to what can come from there. And next season we will be thick and fast with the EuroLeague. Also the Australian NBL when it gets up and running again in a few months' time. So it'll probably, I think it starts in September. So just a little bit of confirmation there, and it will be 2 free throws. Minute 39 on the clock in this third quarter. As we get back to the action. Anders Feliz going to the line, actually. He gets his first. And hits his second. 12-point lead, back to equal best of the match here for Real Madrid. John Montero on the ball for Valencia. Pushes it out. De La Ria back to Montero. Deep outside the three-point line. Goes for the big shot. Can't get it to go. Batted up. Falls for De La Ria. Sends it wide. De La Ria with a three-point shot. Doesn't go. Garuba comes away with the ball. Real Madrid get another stop. 1:05 on the clock. Working it in there and drawing a foul is Theo Maledon. Ends up flat on his back. De La Ria will be called for the foul. Tell you what, De La Ria's probably been a little bit hard done by there. He'll go and take a seat. Let's have a look through those fouls again. Real Madrid, they've got Abalda, Okeke, Deck all on 2 fouls. Valencia, Taylor's got 3. Thompson's got 2. De La Ria's got 2. And Ruvers has got 2. Bardio as well. Free throw is good. And second free throw is good. 84-70, 14-point lead. Biggest of the match. A minute to go in this third quarter. Valencia in possession with Jean Montero, their talisman. He sweeps it out to the right-hand side, pushes it back to the top of the three-point arc. Now Costello's out there. He's played limited minutes today. A foul here on Garuba. He's trying to argue the case. He's probably not going to win that one. 48 seconds on the clock in this third quarter. So look at the replay. Just went a little bit further and just a little bit of push and shove. He overcooked it a bit. Referee right on top of it. So Jean Montero. $13 points already today. Averages 14.5 a game. Now Costello. Up, banks it in. Can't get it to go. Tries to get his own rebound. Lyles takes it instead. 35 seconds on the clock. Anders Feliz going about it. Quick break. Gets another 2. This is really starting to stretch out into ominous territory. And Real Madrid, you feel, have 1 foot into the final match in 2 days' time. 20 seconds on the clock. 6-second differential shot clock to game clock. Montero on the ball for Valencia. They're working into the paint. Key. Costello for 3. And he hits it. That's big. Costello comes up clutch. American-born Ivory Coast representative. 2 seconds on the clock here. Can they get a shot away? Maledon does, but he airballs it. So it will be a 13-point margin at three-quarter time. It's great to have you all tuning in. As I said, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to know your thoughts on how can Valencia get back into this one as well. And we'd love it if you were so kind as to hit like on the video. And if you're enjoying the content and you love your EuroLeague, hit subscribe on the channel. Plenty of basketball. We've got rugby league watchalongs coming as well. We've done plenty of those in recent days and weeks. Soccer. There'll be more and more coming. The more you can engage, the more we can do. All helps us to grow what is happening on the channel. So let's have a look here. Let's run through the numbers at three-quarter time. Hazonia leading the way for Real Madrid, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist and a steal. He is absolutely having a cracking night, is the Croatian. Then we go back to Trey Lyles, 13 points, the man drafted by Utah a decade ago into the NBA. He's got 13 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Next best is Theo Maledon, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Gabriel Deck, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And Anders Feliz, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. On the flip side, for Valencia, leading scorers, Braxton Key and John Montero, both 13 points. Key, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Montero, 13 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists, and 2 steals. So creeping up towards double-double territory there potentially. Next best is Cam Taylor, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Something I want to call out, 35 rebounds for Real Madrid, just 23 for Valencia. And it's 16 defensive rebounds for Valencia to 15 offensive rebounds for Real Madrid. So almost 1-1, whereas on the flip side, at the other end, it is 3-1 the rebounding. So I think that goes a long way to telling the story and the narrative of this game. And a long way towards the fact that Real Madrid, let's be honest, at 13-point margin, have the best part of 1 foot into the final against Olympiacos. One thing we know is it will be Spain v Greece, but which Spanish team will it be? Valencia need to find some magic here. A little fumble there, comes away with it. Foul given. It will be a foul given against Trey Lyles. This comes in and hooks the arm of Nathan Ruvers. So it'll be inbound ball. They're going to call it coach's challenge here. Real Madrid really wanting to just lock this down. That's Valencia challenging it, saying that was should be a shooting foul. Yeah, I find that hard. If the previous one wasn't given, I find it hard that this one would be. I know he's in the lane, but the ball's knocked out of his hands and his arms hit. So, challenge unsuccessful from Pedro Martinez. It was nice and quick, much smoother than last time around. And we move on. 13-point margin. Valencia with the ball inbound at their offensive baseline. It will be Jean Montero to inbound it. He's got to try and find a pass. He lobs it over the top for Rivers. He returns it to Montero. He tears his way back. Sitting deep outside the 3-point arc. Drives his way into the lane. Little floating jumper, but Feliz was there, able to block it and force him with an awkward shot. Real Madrid come away with the ball. 30 seconds down, 9.5 to go in this final term. Maledon. Shot clock ticks down to 10. He pushed it out to Gabriel Deck. Trey Lyles. Braxton Key just gets a hand in and slaps it over the sideline and out of bounds. So it will be Real Madrid inbounding. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Maledon going to work here. Flicks it up. Nowhere near it. A competitive shot. And Valencia come away with it. Cam Taylor. It's called for a charge. There you go. Bad news is, if you're a Real Madrid fan, Usman Garuba's gone down, clutching his ankle. He's trying to get back up and he can't. Gabriel Deck goes to check on him. He's holding his Achilles, actually. Just gave out underneath him there. It wasn't even an explosive movement. They get a medical staff member out there to see him. They help him up. And he's still struggling to bear weight. Spaniard is going to have to be helped off here by his teammates. Still very ginger on that left foot. It's a little concerning for the big. It'll be a key cog for them as they take on Olympiacos. As it looks at the moment that they may well do. 13-point lead with just over 9 minutes remaining in this match. He still can't put weight on that, which is not ideal. Stating the obvious there, obviously. But he's off and he can get looked at and get some treatment. Campazzo straight over to his teammate to check on him. What a concern for Garuba. And hopefully not as serious as it initially looks. Maladon out there now. Gives it to Trey Lyles. And is Feliz. Back to Maladon. Pushes it wide to Feliz now, who drifts back to the top of the three-point arc. Steps back, cuts his way into the lane. And has it just slapped away by Braxton Key. That's great defensive work. Arrived to help out Pradilla. Branco Bardio working against Hazonia. Bardio gets it in for Braxton Key. Flicks it up. It wasn't great, but managed to regather. Then kicks it out for the one and only Nathan Ruvers to drain a three and get us back to a 10-point ball game. Just over a minute and a half gone now in this final term. Can Valencia come roaring home, or will Real Madrid hold them off and advance to the final? Hazonia goes in to the edge of the lane, tries to get the ball free, and it's batted out of his hands again by Braxton Key, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Real Madrid ball in at the baseline. Offensive baseline. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Ball in now. Work to Hazonia. Shot clock down to 5. Double team arrives to try and stop Hazonia. He gets a shot away, but not on target. 2 minutes down. 8 to go here in this final term. As Jean Montero tries some magic, but doesn't work out. And then at the other end, Gabriel Deck fouled by Branco Bardio. As he goes up to try and finger roll this in. Bardio straight away owns the foul. It's great to have you all tuning in. It would be great if you could hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Who do you think takes it out? If Real Madrid go through, who have you got as your favourites? Real Madrid or Olympiacos? As we see Garuba being chaired off to the locker room. Again, not a great sign. It'll be a worry for Real Madrid fans ahead of, as I say, what now looks most likely as Deck gets his second free throw as a matchup for them with Olympiacos in the final in 2 days' time. John Montero. It's into the lane. Foul given. Are they going to count the bucket? That's the question here. Padilla did well on the fall away. No, they won't count the bucket. Not a shooting foul, so just be inbound ball. 7:35 on the clock. The inbound ball, right sideline. Jean Montero with it for Valencia. Brings it into Bardio. Back to Montero. Sweeping around to the left. Gives it off to Ruvers. Back to Montero again. He thinks about a three-point shot. Decides better of it. Gives it to Bardio, who drifts just inside the three-point arc. Gets a shot away with not much left on the shot clock. Doesn't go. And it is Anders Feliz with the rebound. He gives it off to Maladon, who goes into the lane and fighting a teammate there. Gabriel Deck in the end, who comes away with the rebound. They just want this ball. Anders Feliz. Driving into the lane. Tries to get the shot up, but it's swatted away. Last touch came off Jean Montero out of bounds, but there's going to be less than a second remaining on the shot clock. And Facundo Campazzo will check in. Scoring certainly slowing up a little bit heading into this final term. Anders Feliz will have a breather with Campazzo checking in, and Campazzo will be the man to inbound this. Gets it away, and Deck gets up for a quick shot, but it'll be a shot clock violation. After that misses, doesn't get any rim. So inbound ball on the sideline here in a moment. It'll be Pradilla. He'll inbound it. Gives it to Bardio. Bardio to Montero. And they need to find a real flurry of points here, Valencia. Ronco Bardio. Floats it up. Nice alley-oop with Nathan Ruvers. That's some good basketball. That's the best of Valencia there. We need to see a little bit more of that sort of creative, artistic basketball, you might even call it. It's pretty to watch. 10-point margin. Campazzo. Got Lyles trying to set screens. Campazzo wide now to Deck, over the top to Lyles. Lyles back into the lane. Gabriel Deck as the ball swatted out of his hands. Braxton Key again. He's on fire in this quarter. Quick movement of the ball from Montero to Ruvers again. Another 2 points, and all of a sudden the margin's back to 8. Still 6 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. And Real Madrid will call a timeout. Led by 14 earlier in this term. Valencia just chipping away at it. Mario Hezonja leading all comers. 22 points for the Croatian. 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Rebounding numbers still 39-27. Certainly in the favour of Real Madrid, and for mine, that is the story behind this. This is where they've got it done. Winning that offensive glass ball has been huge for them. 17 offensive rebounds, 22 defensive. But Valencia are not going away just yet. So the Real Madrid ball inbound at the baseline. 6:08 on the clock. Campazzo doing the work. Drives down the left edge of their attack. Little def signals to Trey Lyles. Campazzo down to 10 on the shot clock. Inside the final 6 minutes of the game. Gabriel Deck carves his way, pushes into the lane, gets up and over. Can't get it to go, but does get the rebound. Thought about just firing the shot straight back up, but decided to manage some time off the clock instead. Anders Feliz. Feliz to Campazzo. Quick movement. Gabriel Deck on the left wing. Can't get the 3 to go. Bardio with the rebound. That's good for Valencia. Bardio kicks out. Thompson. For Taylor. 3 doesn't drop. Lyles gets a rebound and literally hands it to Campazzo. Campazzo now. Going to work. 10 on the shot clock. Drives into the lane. Floats it up. Can't get it to go. Pradilla loses his footing, but manages to get the pass away. Cam Taylor, a little fumble there. Anders Feliz just hassling and harassing him. Goes again. This time will be a foul. Down inside 5 minutes remaining, though. That's the Real Madrid mentality, is if keep the margin. Don't do too much else. Just keep chipping time off the clock. Starting to get to a point, though, where you start to question how much is too much of a margin at what point. So inbound ball at the baseline for Valencia. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Get involved in those comments as well. Cam Taylor with the ball. Zonia manages to knock it out of his hand, and Taylor has the last touch before it goes over the sideline, says the referee. So great defensive pressure there from Real Madrid, and Campazzo will be the man to inbound it here. Is it to Anders Feliz? Return pass to Campazzo, who sweeps out wide left, then comes back to the centre of the court. Drives through the middle. Working the ball now with Zonia. Campazzo back on the ball. Pushes it out. Anders Feliz for three, and he drains it, and that hurts. That hurts if you're Valencia. Back to 11 points, 4:33 on the clock. Campazzo gives a foul. Just with a quick reach in on Thompson there as he went to pass. Anders Feliz, a good stride behind the three-point arc before on that shot. Banks it in off the glass. Now, Valencia with the ball. Montero up against Anders Feliz. Works 1-2 with Pradilla. Gets the ball back. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Has to step inside the three-point arc. Takes a two-point shot. Can't get it to go, but great work underneath from Sarko. Getting the rebound. Back for Cam Taylor. He fumbles it. Sarko can't hold on. Trying to scramble it in. You can see the Valencia fans getting frustrated. They know this one's slipping away further. Anders Feliz did all the hard work there. And Sarko just got that fingertip on it and couldn't control it and track it down inside the baseline. So now, Real Madrid with the ball with Anders Feliz. Campazzo asking questions of his team. Gets fouled. Foul called on Sarko. Uncle Bardio checks back in. Thompson checks out. Interesting, Taylor's still out there with 4 fouls. And it's Feliz now. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Step back, step up. 3-point shot, can't get it to go. Swatted down by Campazzo on the rebound. Feliz drives towards the lane, Hassonia. Campazzo puts up a 3 from the right wing, doesn't go. Taylor, there's that man taking the rebound. Now Bardio puts it into the lane with Pradilla. Tries to spin. Feliz gets a hand in there. In the end, we'll have a foul. And it will be called against Mario Hezonja. Just a little slap at the shooting arm from Hezonja on Pradilla. 3:05 on the clock. They need a fair turnaround here. They're into the bonus, though, so they will go to the free throw line with Pradilla. Valencia hit the first, back to 10-point margin. They need a flurry of points here over these last 3 minutes. It's not beyond possibility. It's just getting less and less likely as time chews off the clock. Second free throw for Pradilla. He's already up to 10 points. Also got 8 rebounds. Doesn't get this one to go. Let me tick inside the final 3 minutes of this match. Campazzo with the ball. Turned over. Pradilla with it now. Quickly on the offense. Gets it inside to Sarko. Tried to go back to Bardio, and it was just broken up in the end there by Deck. So now Real Madrid with the ball. They'll be happy to manage the clock at this point. They lead by 10. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Make that 7 on the shot clock. And Deck gets it done. We tick past 2 minutes 30 remaining. .220 on the clock now. Bardio calling instructions, and we've got a foul. Trying to see where the foul is here. I'm showing us a different replay, of course. So it looks like it'll be Real Madrid up against Olympiacos. Let us know who you've got in that one in 2 days' time. As Neil Sarko goes to the free throw line here. Try and bring it back to a 10-point ball game with 2:20 on the clock. He misses the first. That does not help. Braxton Key looks dejected. Sergio Scariolo's coaching staff looking very relaxed. Pedro Martinez is all very animated. None from 2 from Sarko. Deck comes away with it though. Campazzo leaves it behind and they turn it over again here, Real Madrid. Just a glimmer of hope for Valencia fans. You see a couple of optimistic fans in the front row applauding that wholeheartedly. 2 minutes 15 on the clock. Sarko checks out. I think Key's the man coming back in. So Valencia, Bardio, Taylor, Pradilla, Key and Montero. Fast and shooting capable. They get it in straight away. Taylor for 3. Doesn't go. Lyles is up, gets the rebound. And he'll be happy just to slow walk this down the court. Hands it off to Campazzo. Inside 2 minutes now. Campazzo goes for the bounce pass taken away by Montero, and he gets the 2 points. Nice little steal there. Just read the pass from Campazzo and took it away. Did Jean Montero. He's up to 15 points, equal leader for his side. It's a 10-point margin at this stage. Real Madrid take the timeout. 93-83. Inside the last couple of minutes here now. What can Sergio Scariolo draw up here for his side? Shouldn't be anything too complex, realistically. It should just be about completing things you would have thought. But strange times. Both sides make their way back out into court for the last exchanges here. If Valencia pull this back, it'll be one of the all-time sporting miracles in playoff basketball. 10-point margin. Now, Real Madrid with the ball. Campazzo works it down court. Gets it in underneath the hoop, and Anders Feliz adds 2 more. 12-point margin, 1:42 on the clock. Montero kicks it out. Pradilla for 3. Plenty of time to think about it. Makes no mistake. 9-point ball game, 1:33 on the clock. Real Madrid hanging on for dear life here. They get it inside. Trey Lyles, little angle, little feint, then gets up and over, banks it in off the glass. That's all they need to do, keep converting their shots. Now Pradilla inside for Valencia, looking for an option. Braxton Key makes a lane run. Not there to be had. Pradilla over the top. Tries to bank it in off the glass. Little fumble there from Anders Feliz. Minute 10 on the clock. Here it is for Real Madrid to manage it out. Anders Feliz. A triple team, Campazzo. Now they get it in, Trey Lyles. And he's fouled with 2.5 seconds on the shot clock and 53 seconds on the game clock. And he should go to the line. Fairly confident that should be classed as a shooting foul. And as Feliz checks out for Real Madrid. Lyles, Campazzo, Hezonja, Maladon, and Deck up against Bardio, Taylor, Pradilla, Key, Montero. Trey Lyles at the free throw line. 53.1 seconds on the clock. Hits the first one. 12-point margin, less than 60 seconds to go. You have to say this is Real Madrid's crowning glory moment in this game. Just icing it out here. Making it to a 13-point lead with his second free throw. Here goes Branco Barrio. Goes in, gets the finger roll, goes two. He wants the and one. Appealing to the referee here. Barrio gives the foul. That'll be his fourth foul. I think that'll be shots because that'll be to the bonus. Pedro Martinez is animated. He wanted the and one as well. Not forthcoming. So instead we'll go down the other end. Theo Maladon will take two free throws with 43.1 seconds on the clock. Branco Barrio still trying to convince the other referees on the court that the decision should have gone his way. The trophy will stay in Greece, Mariner. You got Olympiacos getting it done. It'll be interesting to see. I think they'll certainly go in as warm favourites. They've been dominant this year. Second one works for Maladon. So, 12-point ball game. 38 seconds left. Taylor, Pradilla. In he goes, takes two. 10-point ball game. 35 seconds on the clock. Ball floated long for Campazzo. They just want to manage it from here. They push it wide. Deck goes in, gets two. And you have to say that's all she wrote here. 25 seconds on the clock. 3-point shot for Bardio. Doesn't go. And Hezonja, has he been fouled? He has, so it'll be two free throws. 19 seconds on the clock. Valencia still trying to make it work. Is that going to be called on Bardio? It will be, and that'll be his fifth foul. He's not happy. Valencia's Senegalese star. He's fouled out of the game. They trail by 12 with less than 20 seconds. Hezonja gets the first one. $103.90. 19 seconds on the clock. Real Madrid are sealing their ticket here. So there wasn't quite a blowout, but they've had the advantage, you have to say, since the second quarter. It was neck and neck in the first, and then they started to turn the pressure on, and they've just inched it out bit by bit. They're out to their biggest lead of the night. 105.90 as Gabriel Procida checks in for his first minutes here. Valencia are going to take it down the court with Jean Montero. Gives it to Braxton Key. Key will pull up for a three-pointer. Doesn't go. Rebound taken. Campazzo. Valencia are going to concede. That will be all she wrote. And 105-90 will be your full-time score. The all-Spanish clash for a berth in the final is done and dusted. Real Madrid booked their ticket through. Let's run the numbers here for Valencia. Gallant in defeat. Leading scorers, all three players on 15 points. Let's start with Nathan Ruvers, 15 points. He was 6 from 6 shooting from the field, Ruvers. 2 from 2 from the free throw line as well. That's some phenomenal numbers. Pradilla as well, 15 points. 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And Jean Montero, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals. Huge numbers there for him. And then we drop back to 11 points for Cam Taylor. He got 6 rebounds, 4 assists as well. 5 turnovers, undermining his game a touch. And they are the major contributors. And we've got the likes of Bardio and Asako with 6 points each. They are the major contributors on the other side for Real Madrid. Well, it is Mario Hezonja, the Croatian, who lit up with a career-high Final Four number, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. A big night for him. We also had Trey Lyles, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Gabriel Deck, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Anders Feliz, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. For mine, he was the most impactful player in the game. He was absolutely outstanding. We then, Trey Lyles, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. We missed him there. We go back to Theo Maledon, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists as well. So Mario Hezonja got the player of the match from the EuroLeague TV. As I said, Anders Feliz for mine, the most impactful, those 15 points off the bench, just over 20 minutes. He was outstanding. But congratulations to Real Madrid. And in 2 days' time, they will take on Olympiacos for the EuroLeague title. And it's going to be a huge clash. Looking forward to that. We'll be back here on the Chris McPherson Show with that one. We'll also have plenty more content coming your way in the next couple of days in the lead up to that around a number of different sports. So we've got, coming up later today, we've got an IPL recap. Tomorrow we'll start to talk some of the French Open a little bit further. Then we'll move into a rugby league watch-along tomorrow morning. Plenty more updates around your other sport as we get into the playoffs for the IPL. And the French Open picking up, and then some Formula One on Monday as well. So heaps to talk about, heaps to pick apart as we look ahead to the coming days. Lots of live watch-alongs. We've got about another 5 or 6 of these scheduled across the next week. So make sure if you haven't already, please hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. And if you hit that bell icon, that will give you an update each and every time that we go live and we drop a video for you. And that's where you want to be. So huge thank you to you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. And we'll see you again, hopefully, tomorrow for our Super League Rugby League watch-along. But definitely in 2 days' time for the EuroLeague Final. Olympiacos up against Real Madrid. Congratulations to Real Madrid, running out winners 105-90. Comprehensive in the end. A strong performance as they win this Spanish derby and book their ticket through. Until next time, thanks for tuning into your home of the Black and White Sports and their grey opinions. And we'll see you soon.